Welcome back to the Financial Times. Two of the country's biggest retailers, Next and HMV, have both reported a drop in sales in the run-up to the Christmas period. Shoppers already worried about rising taxes and public spending cuts found it difficult to get to stores during the extreme winter weather experienced just before Christmas. But that hasn't stopped John Lewis doing well in the same period. Well, joining me now to talk about it is our senior retail correspondent, Andrea Felsted. Andrea, do you think it's an easy way out to simply blame the poor winter weather conditions on poor sales?
Well, most retailers ahead of Christmas were expecting a sort of a pretty decent Christmas. So the snow probably did take some of the gloss off. Deloitte was expecting an extra 750 million to have been spent this December compared with last December. That probably didn't happen. But what the snow did do, and the challenging conditions as people discounted, was highlight retailers that were having a challenging time. So Alexon warned on profits before Christmas, and today we've got HMV.
Now, you mentioned HMV there. Is it fair to say that its business model is somewhat doomed anyway, and it would have also performed quite poorly despite the weather conditions?
HMV is under pressure. I mean, it benefited a couple of years ago from the demise of Woolworths and Zavvi, but that effect is wearing off now. Simon Fox, its chief executive, set out a plan to counter more and more music moving online with selling more fashion and gadgets, but some analysts question whether that was far-reaching enough. Today, with the plan to close 60 HMV and Waterstone stores, he is going for more of the plan B that some of the analysts were looking for.
Now, of course, we've also had this strong performance again from John Lewis. Is it fair to say, do you think, that we've got something of a two-speed high street emerging?
Yes, John Lewis has been outperforming the high street all the way through, and that has continued. It's perhaps more affluent customers are benefiting from lower mortgage rates, and they have been spending. Also, it's pledged to never be beaten on price in the stores and online has chimed with customers, but I wouldn't say it's representative of the high street. Its stores were much busier before Christmas than some rivals, and it was clear it was going to have a good Christmas despite the snow. Okay,
now just finally, Andrea, we've got a busy week next week with some of the biggest UK and European retailers all set to report results. What can we expect to see? Can there be any surprise growth stories, do you think?
Next week we've got Tesco, Sainsbury's, William Morrison and Marks and Spencer's all reporting. The supermarkets are expected to have had a decent Christmas. They will have been impacted by the snow, but they're not, they're not expected to have had a bad performance. They'll probably be okay. They will have been hit by the snow to some extent, and also the grocery market's slowing, but as one analyst said, in this climate, okay is probably the new good. The one that there is a little bit of concern about is William Morrison. The last industry figures showed that their sales momentum had declined, and they'd lost market share for the first time in 3 years, and in the past they've been a big Christmas winner, so people will be looking to see what they come up with.
Okay, well, Andrea Felsted, thank you very much indeed. Now you can follow all of next week's retail results at ft.com/retail.